I've reached a point in my life where I've realized something. I don't want to live the way I've always lived just because that's the way I've always done things. And some of the changes I'm making right now might surprise people. I'm thinking differently. I'm spending my time differently. I'm looking at money differently. I'm protecting my peace differently. And I'm even keeping some things to myself that in the past I probably would have shared immediately. So today I want to tell you about the things I'm doing differently in this season of my life and why. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Christina Odiyo. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been here for a while, thank you for coming back. I feel like this is becoming a little bit of a continuation from my last couple of videos. If you watched my video about almost giving up on YouTube and then my video about taking a little break, you probably know that I've been doing quite a bit of thinking lately. And I think sometimes you need to slow down for a moment and ask yourself, am I actually happy with the way I'm living? Not whether everything is perfect, because it is not, but am I living intentionally? Am I spending my time on the things that actually matter to me? And lately I've been asking myself those questions a lot. I'm putting myself back on the list. One of the biggest things I'm doing differently is taking better care of myself. And I'm not talking about some dramatic transformation. No, I'm talking about small things, getting up early, exercising, moving my body, trying to eat better, taking a little time for myself, because I think as mothers, it's very easy to put everybody else first. The children need something, the house needs something, work needs something, and before you know it, you're exhausted and wondering, when exactly did I become last on my own list? I've done that. I do that all the time. And I'm trying not to do it anymore. Taking care of myself does not mean I love my family any less. It actually means I have more of myself to give them. I'm trying to think, because I think I thought about this before starting the video. I'm not trying to do everything anymore. I'm also learning that just because I can do something doesn't mean I need to do it. And that has become a big lesson for me. I have a lot of ideas, sometimes too many ideas. I want to do this. I want to try that. I want to think about YouTube. I want to think about business. I want to think about family, about all these different things that I could be doing. But I've realized that constantly trying to do everything at once can actually stop you from doing anything well. So I'm becoming more selective. I'm asking myself, does this really matter to me? And if it does not, I'm learning to let it go. Let it go. I'm being more intentional with money. Money is a delicate topic. But another thing I'm doing differently is being much more conscious about money. As you get older, I think your relationship with money changes. Cause when you're younger, sometimes you think, I want this, so I'm going to get it. But now I'm more likely to ask, do I really need this? Is this worth it? What else could this money do for me? Because I've realized that money isn't just about the things you buy. It's also about having choices, having options, being prepared, and having a little peace of mind. So I'm trying to be more intentional instead of just spending because I feel like buying something or because I have the money. Sometimes I don't. Although I'm still human. Sometimes I see something and all that wisdom disappears. I'm learning not to tell everybody everything. This one is probably one of the biggest changes for me. I'm learning that not every plan needs an announcement. I don't need to tell everybody, what I'm thinking. And this is not in a bad way. I don't need to explain every decision and I don't need everybody's approval before I do something that I feel is right for me. Sometimes you can make a decision quietly. You can work on something quietly and you can pray about something quietly. You can let it develop. And then when the time is right, you can share it. Just like I told you in my video, about, 2 days ago. Yeah, the video I did before the last one. And I think that's something, I'm going to continue doing. I'm allowing myself to change. I'm also giving myself permission to change because sometimes we become so attached to the person we used to be. We say, but this is what I've always done. This is who I am. People know me this way, but you're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to wake up and realize, you know what? I don't want that anymore. You're allowed to want something different. You're allowed to change direction. You're allowed to start again. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about getting older. You become more comfortable with yourself. You realize that you don't have to live your life according to everybody's expectations. I'm choosing experiences over things. Another thing I'm thinking about much more these days is experiences. The older I get, the more I realize that the things I remember most aren't necessarily things I bought. They're experiences, places I've been, people I've spent time with, things I've done with my children, my family, conversations, laughter, little moments. These are the things that stay with you. And I want more of that. I want to create memories. I want to create YouTube videos. I want to experience life. I don't want to spend my entire life waiting for some future moment when everything is finally perfect. Because this moment is also my life right now. This is my life. Another thing is I'm protecting my peace. I'm also becoming much more protective of my peace. And this one comes with age. You start realizing that not everything deserves your energy. Not every argument needs a response. Not every comment needs an explanation. Some people are just, having a bad day and they transfer it to you. Nobody needs, not everybody needs access to you, and not every opinion about your life needs to be taken seriously. sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is nothing. You just keep moving, and that's something I'm learning. I'm letting myself dream again. I'm allowing myself to dream again. I think as adults, we can become so practical. Uh, Bills, children, work, responsibilities, um, groceries, life. It's just too much. And we stop asking, what if? What if I tried something completely different? We stop asking, what if I started again? What if I rebuilt? What if I went somewhere I've never been? What if I learned something new? What if I gave myself permission to do something simply because it made me happy? I'm asking myself those questions again, and I don't have all the answers. I'm giving myself permission to explore them. So I guess the biggest change I'm making in this season of my life is this. I'm not gonna try hard to control everything. I'm taking care of myself. I'm taking care of my family. I'm working. I'm building. I'm rebuilding. I'm dreaming. I'm making plans, but I'm also learning to trust the process. And maybe you're watching this because you're in a similar place. Maybe you feel like something in your life needs to change. Maybe you don't know exactly what that change is yet, and that is okay. You don't need to have the whole plan. Sometimes you just need to take the next step, and then the next step, and then the next one. And eventually you look back and realize that those little steps took you somewhere you never expected. That's where I am right now. I don't have everything figured out, but I'm excited about what's ahead. And I think that's a pretty good place to be. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. Please subscribe and share with your friends who might be interested. And let me know in the comment section, what's one thing you're doing differently in this season of your life? I would genuinely love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Please trust God, take it one step at a time, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.